Hello, Adamant MTG here to play Magic the Gathering Arena, and this is a new player quick tips video. We're going to be talking about the decks that they give you and where you can start actually playing Magic. So the very first thing you're going to do is just be aware that these new player experience decks may change, because as they release new sets and they have the new player experience. This one currently, my account now, I started a little bit ago, and I don't think these are the most current decks, but these are monocolor decks that give you the ability to play this color challenge. And the color challenge is just pick a color that you like. You might have different reasons for liking different colors. Maybe a friend told you what's best. Maybe you just looked at the artwork. Maybe you have sort of a background knowledge of Magic, but whatever it is, you're going to have to start somewhere. And these are nice monocolor decks that give you a good place to begin your journey. So because I haven't done any of these color challenges, it's going to ask me, and I have a personal preference of white. Was one of the first decks that I built in a competitive, we had shop tournaments, or I guess it was a comic store at the time, a game store, and they did Friday tournaments, and the mono white deck is the one that I was building, my very first competitive deck. So I have a soft spot in my heart for that color, so let's go and check this one out. You can view the decks here. I'm going to take a look at what they're trying to accomplish. Looks like it's generally a creature based deck, 25 creatures, and got a pretty good curve, meaning a lot of spells are going to come out early and try to overwhelm the opponent, and some of the other spells at the high end are just ridiculously overpriced things that you'd normally not ever see in a deck. Competitive decks don't typically have a lot of 5 and 7 drops, just simply because it's hard to cast these, but we're going to find out. There's a lot of one-ofs, so let's just see how it flows in the actual game. The way they build these decks is typically to give players an assortment of cards and the ability to kind of see what these spells do, or what the color kind of theme is. We've got a couple of just some wild dinosaurs with double strike that cost 7. Seems really interesting, I guess. Best word I can say. 25 land. Guess that's enough. Alright, so let's just take a look how it plays. So we go back to home, and we're going to play the color challenge. See what that box. Do we have to pick this one, or can we pick a different deck? Huh. Complete one color challenge. Ah, there we go. All right, we're learning stuff here as we go. So this is how you play the color challenge. You would start it. It's going to give us rewards as we go. This is pretty cool. We're going to do this with all the decks, and we're going to get deck upgrade cards to improve the deck. And then we're also going to get, at the last phase, we're going to get a style, just a new overlay to make the card look cooler. I like it. It'll be challenging white versus red, so it gives us an enemy on the color wheel. It's pretty neat. And yeah, and that's what we would do. We would go through and we'd play these things out and get these upgrades, which automatically get added to the deck. And then, of course, we can go and modify the decks any way we see fit as we want to customize them. And I'll show you that on another video. So, really, the whole point of these quick tips are just to kind of get you started. I would recommend playing these. I'm not going to play these on the video because it'll just be time consuming, but we will get some gameplay in, show new players actual gameplay sequencing and how everything works on that end. But this is just intended to give you a overview of where you want to go with as far as starting your journey of deck selection and we'll talk about modifying decks and importing decks, and in the next video I'll give you more details on how to build what you want to build rather than playing the decks that you're just handed, because these can typically be a little bit underwhelming. It's sort of normal for a new player deck. Once you get savvy with choices, you might find it really fun to deck build on your own, and I'll give you some tips on how to get started with that in the next video. All right, have a great one. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you next time.